Open world games are amazing. They bring us into a whole new world where we could spend our entire day exploring and just participating within. Whether you're on mobile, PC, or console, it doesn't matter. These games are some of the best and most popular of all games that are out right now. So today I brought you guys a list of 10 open world games that are definitely worth trying. We have a variety of different types on the list here today, from different genres. Some are free to play and some aren't, but they're all very good and some of the best in genre. So sit back and let's get you guys a handful of open world games that you can try next. The first game I want to share with you guys today is called Nightingale, and this is one of the both newest and one of the games that I think is going to be the most incredible from today's list. Now, as I mentioned, we have some that are old and new. This one had just come to early access on February 20th. Yeah, I know. This is going to be something that's really exciting. We're looking at an open world survival crafting style game where you're in first person and you're going to encounter many different unique people, characters, and mythical anomalies, we could say, along the way. Some of the things that I'm most excited about for this game is just how unique everything is. It's a whole new world that's out there for us to explore. We're basically setting out on a journey on a survival adventure game into a mysterious and dangerous realm, and well, it's called Nightingale. You're going to become an intrepid realm walker and venture forth along with your friends as you explore, craft, build, and fight your way across a visually stunning fantasy world. Again, my number one from the list is this one. You gotta download it now. Nightingale is not a free game. This one currently sits at $27, normally priced at $30. And then we dive into a game called Pal World. We're looking at an open world exploration game that has some very much Pokemon-like feels to it. This one just came out and basically hit the whole gaming space by storm. It's another one of these survival crafting open world style games that is a little bit lighter than many of the others that you're going to see on today's list. Here you're living yourself in a Pokemon style world that is just a lot more casual, a lot more comforting if you don't want something that's too dark. A little more child friendly, although this is not a child's game. By the way, this one does have a $30 price tag on it. It is not a free to play game. Here you're going to fight, farm, build, and work alongside mysterious creatures called pals in a completely new multiplayer open world surviving and crafting game. Clearly inspired, as I mentioned, by Pokemon, but this one looks and plays really cool. It's an absolutely fun, stunning game with a very different twist, as I mentioned, than any others from today's list. Next, let's talk about Enshrouded. Here, open world base building survival game that has some prehistoric elements to it and also some combat features that are maybe more familiar to you. This game looks like a really fun title, and it's something that's not as different and diverse from many other games that we've seen before. It's something that's familiar, I guess you could say. Enshrouded also sits with a $30 price tag. And here you are Flameborn, the last ember of hope of a dying race. Awaken, survive the terror of the corrupting fog, and reclaim the lost beauty of your kingdom. Venture in a vast world, vanquish punishing bosses, build grand halls, and forge your path in a co-op survival action RPG that holds up to 16 players. So definitely a feel that you'll have from other titles that you've played before, which maybe that familiarity is something that you enjoy, but definitely a top-notch title that is out for you to play now. Now we have Destiny 2, which is an open world MMORPG first-person shooter game that is absolutely free to play. This is one of my favorite games on today's list as well, and no, it's not a new one. This one's been out since 2019 and is brought to us by Bungie, the same creators that made Halo back in the day. I love this game because of 1, the graphics, absolutely stunning. 2, the combat is so fun, it really makes being a solid player look easy. The combat here is unmatched by many other games. Super fast, super enjoyable to play. But here you're going to be in an open world, taking down PvE bosses and even having PvP elements of the game as well. There's so much going on inside of Destiny 2 that you won't find yourself bored. There's always something to do, always enemies to take down, events to participate in, and PvP to show your dominance. It's free to play. You can't go wrong. So when you're inside of these games, when the whole world is your oyster, as they say, how much time do you actually spend in it? Are you a no-lifer that spends 8+ hours a day inside of these games? Or do you dabble and play a little bit here and there? Just really curious about your way of playing? Let me know in the comment section below. And while you're down there, if you want to, throw a like on the video. And then there's Sea of Thieves. This one came out in June of 2020, and it's an open world game where you take it out to the seas with a very light gameplay here as well. The artwork and characters here have a little bit of a goofy feel to them, yet the game is quite serious, where you and other players can come together to dominate the seas. This game right now is sitting at $40 as a price tag, and definitely pulls in IPs of some familiar other pirate movies or games you've seen in the past. Here, the game's been out for something like 5 years now, and they're going to be able to give you bonuses and a whole bunch of great stuff if you play it right now. But again, it's not a free game. You got to spend 40 bucks on it, but it has a massive community of players who have been enjoying this one for years. Now, this one I know you've probably heard of. I'm talking about Elden Ring. It's been out here on Steam for about 2 years now, actually just about exactly 2 years right now, and it's extremely popular. It's an action RPG open world dark fantasy style game. Inside of this one, it's going to have that typical action RPG feel that you're probably already familiar with. The dark fantasy theme, though, is something that's quite nice. Graphics are also incredible inside of this game, and you always have new fantasy action that's coming to the game in updates that come and have come in the past. This game is not free. It has a hefty price tag of $60, which is standard for these types of games, but we've seen the free-to-play model come swiping as well. Really solid title, it's done well, and it's well liked by the community. Let's switch things up with Monster Hunter World. This is a $30 title that's been out on Steam since August of 2018 and sits with some very positive reviews. Essentially, you're going to be hunting in this. It's the ultimate hunting experience, using everything at your disposal to hunt monsters in a new world teeming with surprises and excitement. If you like the mythological type combat and you want to go out in the hunt besides hunting deer and rabbit, this may be a good game for you. Definitely a solid look. Cyberpunk 2077. Now, this game may have had a rough start and basically been not functioning when it released, but it has since fixed itself since December 2020 when that time was. Wow, already 4 years ago. We're looking at a game right now that sits at 60 bucks. Yeah, sales will come, but right now that is the price tag. This is an open world experience in modern day where you do from everything from driving to combat to exploring to working together with others. Open world RPG, well, science fiction cyberpunk themed game. It's a really fun action RPG, and it's in a dark future of a night city. So essentially we're looking at like GTA up in the future, and possibly even better. That depends on your opinion. Now, DayZ is not a new title. It's been on Steam since December of 2018, but it is an open world game that allows you to just do anything that you need as far as surviving through zombies, but more importantly, surviving through the other people trying to take everything that you have built inside of the game. Here, it's not just about running through a campaign. It's about building a game within a game. Sandbox style, I guess you could say. It's currently on sale, 40% off for $27 on Steam, but normally has a price tag of $45. This started the whole genre of open world survival games that have then branched off into other titles that are also quite popular. This is one of the OGs. It's incredible, it's amazing, and it's going to take a lot of your time. Now, another similar title is Rust, an open world multiplayer crafting survival style game that's different than the previous we discussed, but also done well. Some people even prefer this one, being that it's a little bit newer. Although, is it actually? Also releasing in February of 2018. I guess I could go as far as saying its popularity was a little bit more recent, but it still is a very similar style game where you need to craft everything that you have survive throughout beasts that you're going to encounter in the world, and again, more importantly, you're going to have to survive against people that try and take everything that you have, everything that you've built, and everything that you own. It's a really exciting game that really takes your life over with a price tag of $40. Elder Scrolls Online is an open-world adventure MMORPG style game with a price tag of $20. This has been on Steam since 2014 and has over 22 million players inside of the RPG world. You're going to battle, craft, steal, and explore and combine different types of equipment and abilities to create your own style of play. You don't need any game subscriptions or anything like that. You just download the game and play it. And again, has a thriving community since this thing has been online now for the past 10 years. The last game I want to share with you here today is called Small Land, and this one has been out since February 2024. Yeah, it just launched on the platform. It's an open world survival crafting game with a lot of multiplayer elements. Here, it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and then we set them out into a forest where they need to survive. Everything is tiny, and everything that you encounter is absolutely massive, which leads to a lot of creativity that you're going to find inside of this game. I actually really like it. You're going to experience a big adventure in a tiny scale, enjoy multiplayer survival in a vast, hazardous world. Preparation is key when you're this small and the bottom of the food chain. Craft weapons, armor, tame and ride creatures, build encampments, and explore a strange new land. This one's currently sitting with a 15% off price tag at $30, but normally it's a $35 game. I actually quite like this one because it is a different take on the survival open world genre, one that's quite fun. Thanks for watching until the end of the video. I appreciate all of you. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed for daily top 10 videos.